Welcome to Fintech TV's Daily Download. 5G technology and artificial intelligence are unlocking new potential for telecommunications in the U.S., but these developments could also revolutionize surveillance. Some experts even warning the mass adoption of 5G and AI could impede free speech and national security. One of those telecom experts is our next guest, Hugh Odom. He is the founder and president of Vertical Consultants, telecom and cell tower consulting firm. Hugh, welcome to the show this morning. An interesting take that you have right now around this revolutionary kind of technology, obviously AI, and what we're seeing with 5G. You say that governments could potentially use 5G technology for censorship. Can you break down what you mean by that and how exactly this technology could be used to that end?
Sure. Well, the big thing that came back a few years ago, back in 2018, under the Trump administration, was the nationalization of 5G. That basically means they take over the wireless highways, let's say, that provide 5G service to everybody in the United States. And that was kind of debunked and put to the side. But that discussion has been raised again by certain outside advisors of the Biden administration, mostly because the United States is falling behind China and other Asian countries in the rollout of 5G. We're just behind. That's the easiest way to say it. And so they're looking at it as a way to get nationalization. Now, do I believe that's going to happen? Most likely not, but it's something in discussions. And by doing that, they can throttle what is being delivered to Americans all throughout the United States, because 5G is the delivery system for information and applications. Yeah. And if you cannot get it delivered to you, or you're censored with regards to what gets delivered to you, that is just as bad as somebody saying to Twitter or Facebook, don't publish this article, suppress this information, etc.
So touch on a little bit more the layer of AI on top of the 5G rollout that we've already seen.
Well, AI is just expanding incredibly. And what with regards to AI, again, 5G is that delivery system. If you don't have 5G available, you cannot scale AI. They're starting already, and certain companies are being able to, on a very limited basis, provide AI services via mobile application on a very limited basis, as I just mentioned. But AI, to be massive across the world, has to have a delivery system. 5G provides that delivery system that allows scalability. If you control 5G, you also, to some degree, control AI, who's available to, and what information gets to those people that are using that application.
So I wonder if you're saying in part here, obviously 5G being the delivery system, but AI, will it be used or instructed in more mass capacity to censor people by prompts via, if you're talking about X, Y, or Z, remove that off the internet, and that's obviously AI able to do that faster than an individual human being, and certainly at a more accelerated rate with the rollout of 5G. Is that kind of what you're saying here?
Yes, because if you just take the test model of what's happening in China, they can basically suppress what is being delivered through applications to their citizens. And the same thing can occur if you control the 5G networks. Again, that is the method by which any application, any information gets to a mass amount of people. If you control the delivery of what gets to certain people in certain areas, or what you determine as being positive or negative toward an administration or thought process, then you can control that method. And AI is the next method to get information and application to people around the world.
Now, you've touched on a little bit already the ways that 5G is already being implemented right now. I wonder, let's take the flip side of this argument. What are some of the potential benefits of 5G, and why is it being rolled out right now?
Well, the three major benefits is first, speed. I mean, you're going to see when we get true 5G, we don't really have true 5G right now. You're going to see speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G. That provides us a huge amount of advantages, both from a consumer perspective and a business perspective. Capacity, a larger amount of capacity, more capacity to get more information across there, and provide the ability to provide applications like AI, Web 3.0, et cetera, crypto, et cetera. That provides that as well. The third benefit is latency, and that means the interaction is so much faster. That provides autonomous vehicles and other methods by which you can have a quicker processing of information and application. So it is going to be a great advantage as we build this 5G network across the world, but it has to get built, and that's where we're still lagging behind.
All right, so considering this now all in totality, we know the benefits. We obviously, you pointed some of those out. There are very valid concerns here. Is there a way then, in your view, to utilize this technology or to implement this technology in a way that protects First Amendment rights while maximizing some of those benefits you just talked about a moment ago?
Well, I think the model that looks the most promising is much like crypto, is that you have a decentralized method of 5G services. Freedom Fi is a company that's doing that right now, that's building a decentralized network of 5G. If you don't have a controlling mechanism by which information is accessed, you decentralize it, just like crypto, you can get more information without regulation being attached to it. So that the suppression is limited at best. So that is a way that we believe there's a new thought to try to get 5G decentralized and provide a method by which you have more free speech rights and more information getting out to people around the world, again, without suppression.
Really quickly before I let you go, what do you think is the probability of that mass kind of decentralization of 5G?
Well, I think you're always going to have pushback, much like you have with crypto. But I think if you really get to the base roots of it, I think we're moving toward that methodology of decentralization, and that telecommunication, just like financial services, is a vital component of our everyday lives and in business as well. So I think as we get pushback, I think we have to push through to make sure you have that at least alternative, just like crypto, to see if you want to be on a decentralized network or a centralized network. I think it's consumer's choice.
Hugh, really interesting insight here, kind of raising a red flag to balance out what is this excitement around AI and 5G. There are very real benefits, but clearly some potential kind of red flags to consider along the way. Really appreciate your time and your insight. Hugh Odom, founder and president of Vertical Consultants. All right, coming up, more FinTech TV's The Daily Download when we